Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in nights. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow now bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, O renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. By moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious Duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth. Examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in shady cloister mewed, chanting faith hymns to the cold, fruitless moon.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity, and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazy title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him? I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I will vouch it to his head, made love to Neater's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overly full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But come, Demetrius, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will. or else the law of Athens yield you up to death or to a vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta. What cheer, my love?
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? No chance the roses there do fade so fast.
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of mine eyes.
For aught that ever I could read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else misgrafted in respect of years.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of merit.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eye.
Or, if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, so quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, this stands as an edict in destiny. Let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love, as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager, of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house removed 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, there I will stay for thee.
Oh, my good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers love, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Oh, Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair, your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so, your words I'd catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. Were the world mine, Demetrius be invaded, the rest I'll give to you to be translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motions of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smiles such skills.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is none of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens like a paradise to me. Oh, what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven into hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and strange companions. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some, or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he doth know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. base and viled, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind, nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is often beguiled, as waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hailsome heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here in me nigh to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither, and back again. Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens, to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow on to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most tragic death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Master, spread yourselves!
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready! Name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
A lover, one that kills himself most gallantly for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms! I will condole in some measures. To the rest. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in. To make all split, the raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now, to the rest of the players. This is Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute the bellows bender.
Here, here, Peter Quince.
You must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let not me play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face, let me play Thisbe too.
No.
I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe! Thisbe! Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, lady dear.
No. You must play Pyramus and flute you, Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor. Here, Peter Quince. Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the tinker. Here, Peter Quince. You, Thisbe's father. Myself, Pyramus's father. Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part, and I hope there is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray, if it be, give to me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar. That will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar. Then I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
If you should do it too terribly, you would fright the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
And that were enough to hang us every mother's son!
I grant you, friends, if that you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. Roar. will roar you. And twere any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. Now, what beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse. I pray you fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse more obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect, adieu.
At Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough! Hold or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirits? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. We do wander everywhere, swifter than the moonosphere.
And we serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. Farewell, thou lob of spirits. We'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to chase the forest wild. But she, perforce, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves, for fear, creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
Are not you he that frights the maidens of the filigree, and sometime make the drink to bear no harm, misleads night wanderers, laughing at their harm?
Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck.
Are not you he?
You speak aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale, the wisest aunt telling the saddest tale, and sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me, then slip I from her bum, and down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, while the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxing in their mirth and knees and swear, a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What jealous Oberon! Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou wast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of corn sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steep of India, but that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus foreshame Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigenia, whom he ravished, and make him, with fair Aeglis break his faith, with Ariadne and Antiopa.
These are the forgeries of jealousy.
And never, since the middle summer spring, met we on hill and dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the seas contagious fogs, which falling in the land, hath every petty river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere its youth attained a beard. The human mortals want their winter cheer. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter, the spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries. And the mazed world, by their increase, now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why shouldst Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, her womb then rich with my young squire. But she being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake I do rear up her boy. And for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away! We shall chide downright thy longer stay.
Well, go thy way! Thou shalt not from this grow, till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle puck, come hither. Thou rememberest that one time I did see, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once, the juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote on the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing when she waking looks upon, be it on lion or bear or wolf or bull, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm off from her sight, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I'm invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander, fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen to this wood, and here I am, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, and yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth
tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you.
And even for that do I love thee more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet is a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you do your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor did these wood lack worlds of company. For you and my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The duck pursues the griffin. The wild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or, if thou pursue me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town and field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, but we're not made to woo. I follow thee, and make a heaven of hell. To die by the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania, some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come, now a roundel and a fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rose buds, some war with raramice for their leathern wings to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
12. One aloof, stand sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take, love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear, when thou wakest it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the woods, and to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out a bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet, do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart can we make of it. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I, and end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed, sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian find I none. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill curtsy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid, and sleep his seat on thy eyelid. Now awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, do not kill me, sweet Demetrius!
I charge your heads, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so!
Stay! On thy peril, I alone will go.
I'm out of breath of this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away in fear. But who is here? Lysander on the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake!
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature here shows art, that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, so be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena now I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I being young, till now ripe not to reason, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is't not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can, deserve a sweet look
sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me. In all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Ay me, for pity! What a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at its cruel prey. Lysander? What removed? Lysander, Lord! What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound? No word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you, I'll find immediate lie.
Are we all met?
Here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action, as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
Well, there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Firelaken, a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No! Make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeared of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is the most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he must speak through, saying thus or to the same defect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed let him name his name and tell him plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things. That is, to bring moonlight into a chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar. A calendar. Look at the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it does shine that night.
Why, then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lanthorn, and say he comes to disfigure, or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. And let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall. Or else let him hold his fingers thus. And through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so every man according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play torn? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
savors sweet.
Odors, odors.
Odors, savors sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now? Aye, Mary, must you? For you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky juvenile and eke, most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse that yet would never tire.
Never fair, is our only thine.
Oh, monstrous, oh strange, we are haunted. Pray, masters, fly, masters, help!
I'll follow you, I'll lead you bout around. Through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear. Sometime a fire, and neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn. Like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place to do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they shall hear I am not afraid. The wood soulcock, so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren and little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer, nay! Nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo, never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note.
So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force, her force, doth move me, on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee!
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can glink upon occasion.
Oh, thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I'd have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am the spirit of no common race.
The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they will fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep.
And I will purge thy mortal grossness so.
And like an airy spirit shalt thou go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed. Ready? And I. Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees.
and for night tapers crop their waxen eyes, to light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed, and to arise, and paint the wings, take the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail. I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire of you more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman. I pray you commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peacecod, your father. Good Master Peace Blossom, I shall desire of you more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard seed.
Yes, Good Master Mustard Seed, I promise you your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love! Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skin of the barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's knoll I fix it on his head, anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as wild geese at the creeping fowler eye, so at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls, he murder cries and help from Athens calls. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. And in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close, this is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, I rebuke you, him that loves you so. Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now, I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'ershoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the Antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should a murderer look, and so should I, pierce it through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, looks as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maidens' patience! Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou looked upon him being awake? And hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passions on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood. Nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege?
Mm.
Never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
Oh. There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here therefore for a while I will remain.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. By some illusion see thou bring her here, I'll charm his eyes against she doth appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from Tartar's bow. Oh!
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archer eye, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as glorious lie, as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then we'll two at once woo one, that must needs be sport alone. And these things do best please me, that befall preposterously!
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never comes in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep and vow so born. In their nativity all truth appears.
Do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, though devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? A crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe in show. Thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow. That pure congealed white high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern winds, turns to a crow, when thou holdst up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too? If you are men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I'm sure you hate me with your hearts.
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know, I know. And here with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do to my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guestwise sojourned. And now to Helen it is home returned, there to remain.
It is not so.
Disparage not the fate thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. 'Twas not by mine eye Lysander found, oh, mine ear, I think it brought me to that sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy! Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, is all forgot? All school days, friendships, childhood innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition, two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Her sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial. Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What, though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do! Persever, counterfeits and looks, make mounds upon me when I turn my back. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well, 'tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her soul.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Away!
No, sir. Seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Oh, hang off, thou cat, thou burr vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this sweet love?
Thy love? Out, loathed medicine! Oh, hated poison, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you!
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I, Hermia? Are not you, Lysander? I am as fair now since I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest shall I say.
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again? Nothing but low and little? Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of hindering not grass made! You bead! You acorn!
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone, take not her part. Speak not of Helena.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, I, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakes, or else commit thy knaveries willingly.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on? And so far my Gladys so did sort, for this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hide therefore, Robin, overcast the night, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and to make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When next they wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
Oh, I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to claim the ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward. Art thou fled? Speak in some bush. Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookst for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, child, I'll whip thee with a rod.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, will try no man over here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he's gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. Ooh, that fallen am I in dark, uneven way. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot thou runst before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mockst me. Thou shalt buy this deer, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Oh! Now, go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night, a long and tedious night. Abate thy hours, shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from thine own company.
Yet but three, come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires.
on the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known that every man should take his own, and in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Oh, Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur. Get your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee. And good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. And good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, Signor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready? What's your will?
Nothing. Good Monsieur. But to help Cavallari Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, Monsieur, for methinks I am marvelously hairy about the face.
What, will thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let us have the tongs and the bones. Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Oh, methinks I have a marvelous desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray let none of your people disturb me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine, the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee! How I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet savors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. And when I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her, her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I shall undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. Be thou as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Tithon's bud and Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon.
What visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass?
Oh, how mine eyes doth loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head. Titania, music call and strike more dead than any common sleep. Of all these, find the sense.
Music, oh music, such as charmeth sleep.
When thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Now thou and I, new in amity, will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair posterity.
Fair king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silent sad, trip we after the night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
We will, fair queen, up to the mountaintop and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near, seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind. Judge when you hear, but soft. What nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander. This Demetrius is. This Helena, old Meter's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent came in grace of our solemnity.
But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lady.
Bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends! St. Valentine is past. Begin these woodbirds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet, I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might be without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough! My lord, you have enough! I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this purpose to this wood, and I, in fury, hither followed them. Fair Helen in fancy followed me. But my lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like in sickness did I loathe this food, and as in health come to my natural taste. Now do I wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we shall hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for by and by with us these couples shall eternally be knit. Away with us to Athens. 3 and 3 will hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
Things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turn it into clouds.
Methinks I see things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho. Peter Quince. Flute the bellows mender. Snout the tinker. Starveling. God's my life stolen hence and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was... There is no man can tell what. Methought I was... And methought I had... Man is but a patched fool if he go about to offer what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it at the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it thee more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Has he come home yet? He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus, but he...
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
Yea, and the best person, too. And he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters! The Duke is coming from the temple, and there were three lords and ladies who were married. If our sport had gone forward, we'd all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom, thus hath he lost 6 pence a day. During his life he could not have escaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged! He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing!
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts? Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you I am no true Athenian, then I will tell you everything as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word from me. All I will tell you is to get your apparel ready, meet presently at the palace, every man look o'er his part. For the short and long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out as the lion's claws. And, most dear actors, eat no onions, nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Go! Away!
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I may never believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy. But howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends! Joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts. Come now! What dances, what masks shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? What revels are at hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Where is our usual manager of mirth? Where's Aegeus?
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening?
Here is a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first. The battle with the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp.
Well, none of that. That I have told my love and glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The riot of the tipsy Bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage.
That is an old device. It was played when I from Thebes came last a conqueror.
The thrice three muses, mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary, that is some satire keen and critical.
Not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth.
Merry and tragical?
Tedious and brief?
That is some hot ice and wondrous strange snow.
How shall we find the concord of this discourse?
A play there is indeed some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long. For in all the play, there is not one word apt, one player fitted.
What are they that do play?
Hard-handed folk that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go bring them in. And ladies, take your places.
I love not to see wretchedness or charged.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
Why, the kinder we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes in might, not merit.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our good will. That you should think, we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is, all for your delight, we are not here, that you should hear repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
Indeed, he hath played upon his prologue like a child in a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles! Perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man, with lime and rough cast, doth present wall, that vile wall, which did these lovers sunder. And through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man, with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn, to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This vile beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first, by night, did scare away, or rather, did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion, vile with bloody mouth, did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, once not by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall, the truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest petition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws through the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim look tonight. Oh, night with hue so black. Oh, night which ever Artland day is not. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And wall, thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall that stands between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see, no wicked wall. Through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be to thy stones for thus deceiving me.
Cursed? The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter, and I am to spire through the wall. You shall see it will fall. Oh, Pat, as I told you, yonder she comes.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans, for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy. And I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, thou art her love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lamander am I trusty still.
And I, like Helen, to the fates me kill.
Not Shafalus to Procris was so true.
I to Shafalus to Procris, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
This is the silliest stuff that e'er I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we think of them no worse than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts.
You ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, as lie in rough and wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, one snug the joiner am, a lion's fell nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity of my life.
A very gentle beast and of good conscience.
Why, the very best of a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
Why, he should have worn the horns on his head.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself the man in moon doth seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How else is the man in the moon?
I am weary of this moon. Would he would change.
Proceed, Moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lanthorn is the moon. I'm the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn, for they are in the moon.
But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is out Ninny's tomb. Nice! Where is my love? Oh.
vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright, for by thy gracious, golden, glittering beams, I trust to taste of truest Thisbe sight. But stay, oh spite. But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear! Thy mantle good, what stain with blood? Approach, you furies fell. O fates, come, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame, since lion vows hath here deflowered, my dear, which is... Oh! No. No. Which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears confound, out sword and wound the pap of Pyramus. I that left pap, where heart doth hop. Thus die I. Thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, loose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die. Die. Die.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She shall find him by starlight. Silence, here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
I hope she will be brief.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Asleep, my love? What, dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak! Oh, quite dumb? Dead! Oh, a chill must cover thy sweet eyes! These lily lips, this cherry nose.
Bless you!
These yellow cowslip cheeks are gone! The lovers make moan! His eyes were green as leeks. Sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word, come, trusty sword, come, blade, my breast imbrue. And farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu.
Moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and wall too.
No, I assure you. The wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue, or to hear a burgomaster dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse, never excuse. For when your players are all dead, there need none to be blamed.
The iron tongue of midnight have told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. A fortnight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf beholds the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary tasks fordone.
Now
wide. Everyone lets forth his sprite, in the churchway paths to glide.
And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream.
Now our frolic!
Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through this house give glimmering light, by the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite, hop as light as bird from briar, and this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse this song by rote, to each word a wobbling note, hand in hand with fairy grace, we will sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create, ever shall be fortunate, so shall all the couples three, ever true in loving be.
And the blot of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand.
Never mole, hair, lip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are, despise it in nativity, shall upon their children be.
With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, each and several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace, and the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest.
Trip away, make no stay, meet me on my break of day.
Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day. If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, if you pardon, we will mend, and as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call.
So good night unto you all!
Give us your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.